Since all living entities are children of Krishna, then the living entities who are causing some trouble, like mosquitoes, biting ants, insects, cockroaches, trees obstructing the path, etc., am I supposed to kill them if they cause some trouble? Will it incur any sin? Can you please enlighten us on our attitude to all the small creatures who are parts and parcels of Krishna? So I'll tell you one story. Prabhupada was once in New Jersey. I think this was in 67 or something like that, when Prabhupada had that stroke. I think it was at that time. So Prabhupada was staying in New Jersey. In New Jersey, there is one place. I forget the name of the place. It is called some Long Island or something like that. Anyway, Prabhupada was in this place, and Prabhupada was wanting to recover his health, and they had taken a house on the seashore. It was on the beach. And there was this house they had taken on rent, and there were two devotees staying there. One was the Gaur Sundar and Jadurani. I think it was Jadurani. Anyway, that one Mataji, these two devotees were staying with Prabhupada. They were cooking for him, taking care of him, and all those kind of things. One day, they were sitting on the lawn, because that house had a lawn along with it. And you know, when you have a beach and all that, you sit on the lawn. It is very pleasing. You have a breeze, and there were a lot of nice flowers. There was a small garden also. So it was very pleasing to sit there. And Prabhupada was sitting with this Mataji, this devotee, and they were chanting Hare Krishna. So while they were chanting, suddenly this woman devotee, this Mataji, she saw one slug. A slug is a very slimy insect. You will see during rainy season it will come. And she saw that it is very ugly and slimy looking, very repulsive. She looked at and she looked at Prabhupada and said, Prabhupada, look at that slug. Like that. She made a face. Prabhupada looked at that, and then he looked at her and he told her, please chant Hare Krishna to it. So she was shocked. Look at the compassion of Prabhupada. I am feeling repulsion towards that insect. And Prabhupada is saying, chant Hare Krishna to that insect. So this is the attitude of a devotee. When a devotee sees even an insect, he feels compassion for that. And he tries to benefit that insect in some way. Either give it prasadam or chant Hare Krishna, so that that living entity can receive the holy name, and it will get some sukriti, and there is an opportunity that that living entity may become a devotee of Krishna. So a devotee always, whenever he sees even an insect, he feels compassion, because in the body of that insect also there is a jiva, same as you and me. Krishna says in the Bhagavad Gita, what does Krishna say? Krishna says, Shuni chaiva swapakecha panditaha samadarshinaha. Right? Brahmane gavihastini. Shuni chaiva swapakecha panditaha samadarshinaha. So Krishna says in the Bhagavad Gita, whether it is a dog, whether it is an elephant, whether it is a very learned and qualified Brahmana, whether it is a dog in the street, when a devotee sees, he sees all of them equally. Equally means he sees in that body there is a jiva. According to his karma, according to his past activities, he has got this body. It might be some sinful activity, he has got the body of an animal or an insect or a tree or a plant, or he has done a lot of punya karma and he has got the body of a Brahmana. Whatever it is, it's a material body. Inside that body is a living entity, same as me. All living entities are, Krishna says the Bhagavad Gita, Mamaivamso Jivaloke Jivabhuta Sanatanaha. All living entities, whether they have the body of an insect or a plant or a tree or an animal or a dog or an elephant or that of a dog or a Brahmana, whatever it is, all of them are part and parcel of Krishna. This is the vision of a devotee, of a pure devotee. So a devotee, when he sees all the living entities, he feels compassion towards them. But then, when we say that a devotee respects all living entities equally, that means we have to respect them. We have to give due respect to them. A devotee will respect even a tiger in the jungle. Does not mean that if you go to a zoo and you see that there is an enclosure and all tigers are there, oh, Jiva, he is a part and parcel of Krishna, let me jump into the enclosure and go and do dandavat for him. Please don't do such things. How do you respect a tiger? You have to maintain distance. If you happen to meet a tiger in the forest, what do? The way to offer respect to the tiger is not by doing dandavat to him. The way to offer respect is run away from him. That is the way to offer respect to him. And if you happen to meet a Vaishnava, how do you offer respect to him? You don't run away from him. You don't maintain distance from him. You have to go and offer obeisances to him. So, you have to understand that due respect has to be offered according to the position of the living entity. But internally we know that all these living entities are part and parcel of Krishna. Similarly, if we happen to see a cockroach, doesn't mean that we will take that cockroach and start worshipping him. Please don't do that. There is a place for every living entity. A cockroach is coming into your place means the place is unhygienic. So you have to clean the place. And you have to ensure that cockroaches don't come into your place. Cockroaches have their place. But how do you benefit them? Loudly play Sankirtan so that they are able to hear. And simply by hearing that, even those living entities will be benefited. So we try to benefit all living entities. But if some living entity is inimical towards us and tries to attack us, then we have to take appropriate action. Just like if there is a mosquito, what you have to do? Mosquito, please come and bite and take my blood. You will get malaria, bhaiya. Then you will not be able to do your service. So you have to take action. What do? You put a mosquito net and sleep inside that so that mosquito cannot attack you. Mosquito is an atatine. He is an attacker. He is an aggressor. So you have to protect yourself from such people. So we do not, and Prabhupada said, if there is a tree, if he is coming in the way, suppose we are building a temple and a tree is coming in the way, we try to plan the project in such a way that the tree doesn't have to be cut. But if there is no other alternative, there is no way other than cutting the tree, then we have to beg forgiveness from the tree and request Prabhupada and Krishna's permission, and then we have to cut it. We cannot help it. So, a devotee never kills even a tree or a plant or an ant unnecessarily. Without any reason, a devotee will not kill any one of them. At the same time, what do the Shastras state? Prahlad Maharaj said, when Lord Narsingadev killed Hiranyakashipu, Prahlad Maharaj did not object. He did not go and tell Narsingadev, no, what are you doing? He is a living entity, he is your part and parcel, don't kill him. He did not say. He stood and just saw how Narsingadev killed his own father, and after that he went and glorified Narsimhadev. And then he said that, Tyaja Manyum, oh Narsimhadev, please give up your anger. This Hiranyakashipu, my father, was like a fever of meningitis. And he was troubling the whole world. Like if you get a fever of meningitis, your brain gets affected. It's a fever of the brain. And if you get that fever, what will happen? The whole body will be affected. So similarly, Hiranyakashipu was troubling the whole world, the whole universe. And Prahlad Maharaj said, he was like a fever of meningitis. Now he is killed. Tyajamanyum. So now please give up your anger. And then, so somebody may think that why is Prahlad Maharaj glorifying Narsingadev who killed his own father? Sadhu is supposed to be very non-violent. So how is he looking at all the violence that Narsingadev did? How did Narsingadev kill Hiranyakashipu? All of you know how he killed him. How did he kill him? He put him on his lap and tore open his abdomen, right? Pulled out his intestines and put it around his neck like a garland. And that is how Narsingadev got the name Antara Mali. Antara means intestines. Mali means one who is decorated with a garland of intestines. Antara Mali means one who is wearing a garland of intestines. And then Narsingadev saw Hiranyakashipu had still not died. His heart was still beating. So Narsingadev's anger was not still satisfied. So what did he do? He put his nails, ripped open the chest of Hiranyakashipu, pulled out the beating heart of Hiranyakashipu and smashed it on the floor. Only then Hiranyakashipu was killed. Can you imagine? Putting his hand into his heart, pulling out the beating heart and smashing it on the floor. This was the violence exhibited by Nrsimhadev. And after seeing that, Prahlad Maharaj is cool. He is peaceful. And he is glorifying Nrsimhadev. And he is saying, what a wonderful thing you have done. Sadhu. Sadhu is supposed to be non-violent. How do you understand this? And then Prahlad Maharaj justified this. He said that Sadhurapi modeta vrischika sarpa hatya. If a vrischika or a sarpa, if a scorpion or a snake is killed, Sadhurapi modeta, even a sadhu will become happy. Although a sadhu never wants to kill even an insect, even an ant. But if he sees that a serpent, venomous serpent or a scorpion is killed, sadhu will become happy. Why? Because a scorpion and a snake are animals who are very, very envious. Even if you don't attack them, they will come and attack you. Normally, if you look at a dog in the street, it will be lying. And you walk by, it will not say anything, it will not do anything. You go and step on its tail, it will attack you. Right? No. You go and finger it, it will attack you. Normally, all animals are like that. They will, you see, sometimes, when I was in Dehradun, for about a year I was in Dehradun, I used to travel a lot between Rishikesh and Haridwar and Dehradun and all that. And many times when we are traveling, we will see on the road between Dehradun and Haridwar, there is a forest area. A lot of forest area is there. Sometimes when we are going on the road, a whole group of elephants will come and sit on the road. And what will happen? You will see both sides of the road, all the cars, two-wheelers, everybody, buses, everybody will come to a standstill. Nobody will move. After a little while, the elephants will go on their own. Why? Because you have to keep quiet. Now, if some smart Alec, he thinks, I will somehow manage some little space there. He takes his two-wheeler or car and tries to go there, finish. Elephant will attack, it will use its tusk and throw the car, out of this one. Some videos on YouTube also you can see. Some car fellow will be going, elephant will come, it will take it and throw that car. All this will happen. So if you go near the elephant, it will attack. If you are far away, the elephant will not do anything. It will mind its business and will go. Most animals are like this. But if you look at a serpent or a scorpion, they are not like that. You will be sitting silently, they will come and bite you. And venomous, they will kill you by their biting. Not that they are simply biting. Even mosquitoes are like that. You are sleeping, it will come and simply bite. These are envious living entities. These envious living entities, if they are killed, a sadhu will not become unhappy. He will be happy. Good that living entity, sinful living entity who was in that most sinful body of a snake or a or that of a scorpion or a mosquito is got liberated. It has finished its sinful reaction to be in that body. So therefore, we have to understand that when we look at living entities, simple living entities, a devotee will never want to harm them. Even a plant or a tree, a devotee does not want to harm unless it is essential. So that does not mean that we will not eat vegetables, fruits. For all of that, you have to harm some living entity, some plant. So devotee, what he does, he takes that flower, the fruit, the grain, the vegetable, and he will make some nice dish or a nice garland and offer it to Krishna. By doing that, what happens? That living entity, that plant from which the grain or the fruit or the vegetable was taken, that plant will get liberated. So you are benefiting that living entity. So unless that living entity is benefited, a devotee will not harm another living entity. So this is how a devotee approaches, and when he sees certain living entities, he will have to take action, and he will have to, if there are some venomous, some envious living entities like serpents or scorpions, you have to kill them. You don't have another option. But if it is some harmless plant or a tree or some insect, we don't take any action against it. So this is how we have to treat. Okay.